Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I said, hey, welcome back to my channel. Hey y'all, I'm Jazmyn W. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have a very special guest, my mom,
BarbW.
BarbW. It was my birthday this past week, and my husband flew my parents out as a surprise. So, surprise, I have a guest on my reaction video.
I'm here.
Oh my gosh. And then my inner me voice today is going to be my dad. He's chilling in the background, and he's dying to be my inner me. Okay, you guys? Before we get started, I must tell you, if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, you're not only missing out on a lot of laughs, but you're missing out on a lot of updates when my videos don't come out. For example, it was my birthday this week. The Bachelor didn't come out because I didn't watch it. I was celebrating my birthday, honey, and it will be out next week or something like that. So maybe before. I don't know when it's gonna be out, but it's gonna be out, okay? So yeah, just know that. Okay, y'all know how we like to do on my channel. We like to start with the most
boring.
Yes, the most boring couple. So Mom, who do you want to start with this week?
Well, let's start with Bree and Vincent.
Okay, Bree and V. I don't have that many notes on Bree and V this week. The first thing I wrote down on a little note on Bree and V is Dr. Viviana. I said, Dr. Viviana be looking so cute on the show. I be like, girl, this show is not about you, okay? She be wearing her little earrings, her little dress. She had a little skin tight dress on. I was like, okay, you looking cute, Dr. Viviana, but girl, the show ain't about you. What you be doing? You need to show up and give some more advice instead of showing up looking cute in these outfits, okay? Anyway, this episode, Vicente said that he is not delicate when he sat down with Dr. Viviana. What do you think about that, Ma?
Oh yeah, he is delicate though. I mean, cause
He's soft. That's what he is. He's soft.
My inner me say he's soft, okay? And you know, I have to agree. Like, he is too delicate, okay? He get his feelings hurt over anything. Some of y'all on Twitter and here on my page think that he has anger problems. I think that he's just extreme. He has very low self-esteem, very low, and he even admitted it. Because Dr. Viviana said that he was trying to be smooth and impress Viviana. I think, no, he's insecure, and he admitted he was insecure because he said he gained some weight.
Not Viviana, you mean Bree.
Did I say Viviana?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Dr. Viviana said that he was trying to impress Bree.
Yeah.
And he admitted, I gained some weight, my shirt was tight, I didn't know the moves, aka I was feeling bad about myself, and instead of figuring out why I was feeling bad about myself, I took it out on Brianna, and he apologized for it, which I liked.
Yeah.
One thing that Dr. Viviana said, Ma, tell me if you agree with this or not, and I hear white people say this a lot, is if you were perfect, you would be boring. Perfect is good.
Close to perfect.
Can we get perfect? Okay. Can we get almost perfect? Perfect ain't boring. Perfect is what we like. Right, inner me?
That's right.
Exactly, okay? And then the last thing I would say that I didn't really get is Brianna and Vincent. I really zoned out during this part, but they were feeding each other food. They were asking each other questions and feeding each other food. I was like, Vincent is already feeling bad about himself, honey. He need to be eating celery sticks and carrots, not strawberries and whipped cream.
Well, I didn't see him eat anything. He fed it all to Bree.
That boy eat behind the scenes at break.
Inner me said he was eating on the breaks. Oh Lord. Okay. Well, that's all I had to say about Bree and V. Yeah. Do you think that Vicente has an anger problem?
I don't think he does. I think he just like things to be, perfect. Like,
Yeah.
Because when they were dancing, he just kept messing up,
Yeah.
Tight clothes cut your circulation off.
Listen, I think Vincent has low self-esteem. Okay?
Oh my God.
Exactly. Who we talk about next, Ma? Let's move on to the next couple.
Okay, we got to move on to Haley and Jacob.
Haley and Jacob.
Oh yeah, we got to do them next because they the next.
Next boring.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought, okay, so the couples were picking out notes about each other or questions for each other, and they got what can you guys do to make your sex life better? And Jacob said, when we have sex, I'm sure we can make it better. I thought that was kind of funny. Jacob.
That was funny.
That was
funny. I mean, he's making good jokes now.
Yeah. But something that's kind of not funny is Haley said that she only slept with Jacob because they were married and it's something that she thought she had to do.
Yeah.
That, like, a lot of y'all are comparing that to Chris and Paige, but I don't think that, I think Haley being a woman and having the pressures of sleeping with her husband is probably the same pressure that Paige felt. And I don't think that's the same as Chris, Yeah. I think that Chris knew what he was doing and Paige was just trying to make things work, and she's still trying to make things work, but at the end of the day, she don't like Jacob.
And then Haley had a few drinks that night, remember?
Oh,
remember
yeah,
she said she had some drinks.
She had some drinks.
Then he started looking good. She got them drinks in her.
I don't know if he started looking good, but he started looking like something, I guess. It looked like something, as Young BarbW say was on Instagram. Okay. Haley said if her and Jacob were dating in the real world, she would be out. But I kind of feel like Jacob should be the one saying that. Shoot, you already told me you don't like me. You don't like. Not only. Here's the thing. Haley said when she came down the aisle, she was 50-50 on Jacob, and then when she got to know him, she don't like him. That's devastating to Jacob. Cause it's like, oh, when I saw you, I was like so, but then when I got to know you, I really don't like you. That's mean.
When they didn't bring no old woman out to marry him, he should have turned his mind and went on back home.
Why does my inner me sound like an old woman? Why does it sound like a granny?
And just an old man.
Okay, I'm like, why is my dad trying to sound like Tyler Perry right now when he's doing the voiceover?
That girl looked at that man like he had on 2 left shoes before she married.
Why does he sound like that, you guys? Anyway, I'm sorry. This is going to be very weird.
I told your mama she's not going to like him.
Okay,
I told her.
We need the inner me to be quiet at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Viviana, I don't know if she's a doctor, but Viviana suggested in order to improve Haley and Jacob's relationship that they should wake up in the morning and kiss, and then before they go to sleep, they should kiss. But Haley said no.
Yeah, she said she don't want to kiss him.
I thought, how are you going to agree to that in therapy, though? And then when it comes down to it, she said no kissing, no caressing, no spooning, don't look at me, don't breathe on me, turn off the lights, and let's go to sleep.
That's what she said.
He should have went back to the other room.
Exactly. If I was him, I would have went back to the other room, too, and said, F this, shoot, screw it.
He just laying up there laughing like...
He needs to start hanging out with that Chris boy.
Listen, at the end of the day, we're starting to see that Jacob is a very nice guy. I don't really like what's happening here. Even Dr. Viviana said that Haley changing the way that he dresses, changing the things that he likes. He likes the 80s. She want him to like the 2000s, okay? He not gonna like that. You can't change the way he dresses. He's 40 years old. You can't change his diet. He's 40. This is what he eats. You know what I mean? I don't think that you should be with somebody who you want to change that much. Yeah. And Dr. Viviana said maybe it's just him noticing some things about himself. I don't agree with that.
Well, some men you gotta work on them.
Why you look at that?
You get them and you fix them. It's like an old car. You get them and you fix them up.
Okay, I don't want no old car, honey. I want to drive a new whip. Okay, well, I don't want nothing I gotta fix up.
Back in the day, you gotta get an old one and fix it up.
Why you get something you gotta fix up, Ma?
Well, that's what you gotta do sometimes.
the one you had to fix up was looking good.
Well, the car was looking okay, but you still had to put a little paint on it and stuff.
Yeah, the engine, you gotta fix the transmission on it.
Yeah.
You the one had to old.
Oh Lord, okay. Let's move on from Haley and Jacob. Those are our thoughts on that one.
Yeah, let's move on.
Who's next?
Okay. Oh yeah.
What are you gonna say?
It's the Late Show, baby.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's the Lake Show. Where is their paper at? Okay, here it goes. In honor of the Lake Show, me and my mom have a little bit of wine. It's in honor of vodka. Yeah.
We drank it for her this week.
Chris. That's a TV show, ain't it?
This is the Lake Show. Why are you talking about Chris?
Ain't he on the Late Show?
No, it's Vodka and Eric.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we may get you later, boy. We coming for you.
Okay, so at the beginning of the episode, or their segment, Vodka said, can I text my friends? Like, if I have my ex-boyfriends or guy friends. I have more than 2 guy friends. Can I text them? Like, would you be mad if I like their pictures on Instagram? And Eric told her, if you have a past with any of these guys, I do not feel comfortable with you texting them or liking their pictures on Instagram. And she goes, well, what about my ex? What's the point of following him if I'm not going to like his pictures? And Eric said, well, don't follow them then.
Yeah.
I agree with Eric.
Yeah, me too.
You
I
can
agree
text
with
him.
X is X.
Ex is in the past.
You can text him, text his ass goodbye.
Oh, Lord. When you're married, you got to let that go. That's your past. You're not friends with your ex. Your ex, you don't even know if your ex survived the last winter storm, honey. Your ex don't matter no more, okay? They're done. You don't know them, okay? I say that all the time. Vodka and Eric said that they are both not going to change their views on their social issues, which I think is completely fine as long as they're willing to accept each other. And it depends on how strict their views are, because we know Vodka, her sisters are lesbians, and she just wants to make sure that Eric and probably his family is accepting of them and welcoming them into their, their home and their life, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The only thing I said that was weird that Eric said is he said, I have different views. I was in the military. Baby, people in the military have all types of different views, okay? Just because you're in the military doesn't mean that you just think one way, okay? So I don't know why he said that.
That's the same thing the people said went into the Capitol last week, ain't it?
I don't know what they said when they went to the Capitol, honey, but some of them people was probably in the military, and I know people who were in the military who do not agree with people who stormed the Capitol, okay? So that just goes to show they have different views. We did not see Vodka, even though we have our wine.
Yeah.
We didn't see Vodka drink at all.
She did not drink.
Which was good. Mm-hmm. We're starting to see a
like
sober side.
Seemed like she done been in some meetings or something.
Oh my goodness. And then towards the end of their segment, Vodka got dressed up in her negligee and her lingerie, honey, and laid roses all out. What is you doing? And laid roses all out. And food and everything. And then, she planned this romantic night for Eric, and then she got into bed and said, well, I don't know if you're gonna like me. Baby, do not plan no romantic night and then complain, okay? You're supposed to be setting a vibe, okay? Not having an attitude or being a Debbie Downer. I don't like that.
Yeah, ain't gonna like her. She bring up that ex again.
Okay, if she bring up the ex one more time, yeah, he definitely not gonna like her. And what did he say? He said kids was a deal breaker.
Yeah, he said she don't want to have kids, that's a deal breaker. But she explained why her parents got a divorce, and she cried and all that. But
she cried.
Okay, Eric goes like, what they got to do with anything? I still want the kids.
Eric still wants the kids, but I think they understood each other a little bit more. But she still didn't say whether she wanted to have kids or not. Yeah. That's still a deal breaker. I understand everything that you've been through and why you don't want to have kids. I understand your reasoning now, but if you don't want to have them, you still need to let Eric know.
Let him know now, because he said he want them before he get 40. So let him know.
He ain't got but the way he look, he ain't got but 6 months. But I know he's 34.
Yeah, he's got about 5 years.
Your kids gonna look like her ex.
Oh Lord. I think Eric and Jacob, I was thinking today when I was watching, Eric and Jacob look the same age to me. Jacob looks a little bit better for his age, and Eric looks a little bit bad for his age. Like, they both look like they're about 38.
I can't comment on that.
All right, well, that was all the notes that I had. Let's move on. Who's next?
Okay, Clara
and Ryan.
And Ryan. Here we go.
Clara and Ryan. So Clara and Ryan were asked what will make them get closer to intimacy, and Ryan said trust will make him more intimate with Clara. And I don't really get that, because Clara seems trustworthy, honest. She seems like she's been very transparent. So I don't know how he can trust her, or what could make him want to trust her more, I guess. I don't know. Clara said something that was interesting. She said, this is Ryan's world, and I'm just a squirrel, honey. She said she's just along for the ride, or lack thereof, which I thought was pretty interesting. It lets me know that Clara doesn't seem like the type of person who just wants to be guided. She has opinions, Mm-hmm. So I don't think she likes the way that things are going with Ryan right now. It's clear that she doesn't like it, but she needs to. She don't want to be just. I can't imagine her being along with the ride for Ryan forever. She ain't gonna like that. The only thing I had a problem with is Clara wants to be intimate with Ryan, but when they pulled the cards, they said, what can Ryan do to initiate intimacy? And she said, just do it. I'm like, girl, this ain't no Nike commercial, okay? What does just do it mean? If you want him to be more intimate, if you want to lean into that a little bit more, you have to be clear about what you like or what you need from him, from your husband in regards to intimacy. So you have to be explicit about what you want, girl. Are you laughing, inner me?
Yeah, especially when you got little man syndrome.
My dad said he has little man syndrome, but how does he have little man syndrome?
She might as well be carrying him around in her arms.
Oh my God, so he a baby.
Oh Lord.
And Ryan was asked, what's his favorite position? And he said normal. I said, that sounds like my mama.
Really? I get in this.
Normal.
You don't know nothing about me, girl.
Oh, wow. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Like you said.
Okay. Okay, so when they sat down and talked with Vivian, Clara said something. She said, the most difficult thing that I've been through in life was getting through my past 3-year relationship where there was no intimacy and making it out. I said, girl, you ain't been through nothing.
That girl been through a lot of booty calls.
Oh my God, booty calls. You know what? I'm like, I don't want to downplay it, but I'm like, there are probably people who watching this video right now who've been through emotionally or even physically abusive relationships or even longer relationships, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20-year relationships, have kids, you know what I mean? Have a house, a mortgage with somebody, a business, you know, who have been through more than Clara. I'm like, girl, if that's the toughest thing you've been through, you ain't really been through that much. You crying over about being with your ex. I know that probably hurt your self-esteem, and I think she said she went to therapy early in the season, but I'm like, girl, breaking up with this man is the toughest thing you done been through. That really hurt you. Wow. Listen, let's have a new game. Next week on next episode, we should drink every time Ryan says, sure.
He says that a lot.
Sure. That's all he say. He say sure about everything. Clara said, if we're doing everything but having intercourse, aren't we having sex? I think Ryan thinks about sex like he's in middle school. He's like, oh, I'm still a virgin if we don't have intercourse. No, if you're having sex, you're having sex, okay? And you might want to close your ears on this one, but here's what I think is happening. I think that Clara is performing sexual acts on Ryan, and while he got all of his clothes on, socks too, and he's rolling over and going to sleep at that point, and she there looking stupid. That's what I think is happening.
Yeah.
That's where that trust come in.
Yes. Ryan said, okay, I'm going to do this, but I don't want to get nothing wet. Okay? I don't want my private parts to get wet, okay?
He don't even want his nipples out. She's never seen him with his shirt off. So that tells you about what level of intimacy this is. You know,
if I was Claire, I would run in there and pull his shirt off real quick and look.
Oh, wow. Wow.
They're going to make that little man upset.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Here's the one thing that I wanted to ask, because we've seen this in past seasons. And I think that if the roles were reversed, this is where I'm starting to see it from Ryan's point of view a bit. If Clara was the one who didn't want to be intimate yet because she felt like it was too soon, and Ryan wanted to be intimate, in the past we've seen them take sex off of the table until after decision day. Why don't they do that? Why didn't Dr. Vivian suggest, why don't we just take sex off of the table so that Clara knows it's not going to happen until after decision day? Once they both say yes to each other, that can build a load of trust between Ryan and Clara. It won't be on camera. They won't have to talk about it on the show. And, I think it might work for them. But nobody's suggesting that.
They probably will next week.
You think?
We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then the last thing that made me kind of sad is Clara said that she's never had any sex with somebody and had an emotional connection with them, which I think is pretty sad.
Because she's a booty call.
Oh my gosh. He keeps saying she's a booty call. But she
was a booty call.
She said she was a booty call.
She never said she was a booty call.
Yes, she did.
No
man ever told me intimately that he loved me while making love to me.
Why does my inner me sound like an old grandmother? I don't understand. Why does my inner me sound like a wizard, you guys?
Your inner me has knowledge, honey child.
Honey child. My dad has never said honey child ever. He just said, yeah, I have knowledge, honey child.
These folks on this show make you say some things you ain't never thought to say before.
Why is he talking like this? Listen, yeah, I don't know if Clara and Ryan will make it. Do you think they'll make it?
They might. He keep hugging her. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I don't know.
And that's where it's gonna stop. He gonna keep hugging her, and he ain't gonna do nothing else.
And Clara, he hugging and Clara looking like this.
That boy got his hand under that girl butt cheek. He ain't hugging her.
Oh Lord. Okay,
This inner voice is getting on my nerves.
Yeah, this inner voice is good. You gotta small comments.
No.
You can't say, oh, I was walking down the street one day and you have to make small comments, Daddy. Okay, and finally we have the last couple, Paige and Chris. I gotta take a little sip on this one.
Oh yeah, me too.
The trick.
I almost drank all mine up.
That boy tricky.
Messing around.
And he a con man.
From now on, we're calling Chris the con man.
And trick.
So it's Paige and the con man, okay?
And the trick.
Just the con man, okay? Not the con man and the trick, as my dad is suggesting. At the beginning of the episode, Paige says that she's been calling Chris and he hasn't been picking up his phone and it was going straight to voicemail. Why are you calling him? 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 This doesn't make any sense. You look dumb. You look desperate. You look dusty, okay? You look thirsty, dry, okay? Like, what is wrong with you, Paige? I can't have any more. I don't have no more sympathy for Paige. I don't.
This girl here, Paige.
When she went to meet up with Vivian, she said, I hope he shows up. Why, girl? Why? Every time he shows up, it's some foolishness. Why would you want him to show up again? And then when he showed up, she was smiling while he was sitting on the couch. If you guys pay attention to the body language while they were together at that therapy session, you will notice that Chris was sitting on the edge of the couch. He had one booty cheek on the couch and one off of the couch, okay? He wanted to get as far away from Paige as he could, number one. Number two, he was looking at his phone and texting, okay? That's how he was sitting. He was looking at his phone and texting.
That boy was sex texting.
Oh, Lord. What is sex texting, Dad? It's sexting.
Whatever.
So I'm like, he's looking at his phone, and you can see Paige is watching him text.
He didn't give a damn.
But he can't even call you back. You're watching him with his phone in his hand, and you can't even get a call back. How stupid! Imagine begging a man to call you. Forget about the fact that it's your husband. Imagine. Can you imagine? Have you ever begged a man to call you, Ma?
No.
Ever. Never in my life. Okay?
No.
Listen, I said he can text, but he can't pick up your call. Paige said that the wife that God intended her to be is a supportive one that supported her husband no matter what. Baby, that ain't what God intended you to be. He didn't intend for you to be dragged through the mud, through the dirt, through the filth. Okay? No, that is not what God intended for you in your life. This is what you intended because you got low self-esteem.
She been supporting that baby.
Yeah, she's about to be supporting that child. I don't even know if they're gonna get that far, but I think he would try it. So Paige asked Chris when he's available. Did you hear, Ma, that he said after 8 p.m.?
Oh, wow. I didn't hear him say that, but I might have been doing something else. I didn't hear him say after 8 p.m. though.
He said after 8, and he wasn't talking about a.m. He said p.m.
Well, he gotta work. The man got a
got
Subway and everything.
He don't have a Subway. It closed.
Oh, well.
He said he was living under the Subway.
Okay. And then speaking of living under the Subway, he was wearing another Hollister shirt as if he has a sponsorship. What are we doing and why are we doing it? If he has so much money, why is he wearing Hollister gear? Okay, that matches his immature attitude. He said that he's not interested in watching any movies or playing any card games. But he plays a lot of other games. Instead, he said he would like for Paige to lead Bible study. I said, you know what? I think that was a scheme that Todd set up to come whip him with the bullshit. You know why? Because he didn't want to have any date that was intimate with Paige. He don't like Paige. So he said, let's do Bible study. Let's do something that's real, like, you know, where you can talk to me and we don't have to talk about a relationship or kissing. We can just talk about God and we can film together, but I don't really like you. So it'll be something that we can do. And I think he kind of said it to be funny too.
Yeah, and then he said, I'll just bring some chicken or something.
Right, that was a Harold's Chicken commercial, and they was crunching on the chicken. They zoomed in on the chicken. I'm like, this is enough. Listen, the Bible verse that Paige chose, she said, let the wicked leave their way of life. Chris is the wicked.
That's not Chris. I thought it was the con man.
The con man.
Oh, okay.
The con man is the wicked. I wrote down Chris is a harlot, a poser, okay, a thought.
Wow.
A BAN, okay? And you got to Google that one. But anyway, and at the end of the episode, Paige said Bible study was a good reset.
Really? Paige, come on.
Terrible.
Oh.
That was not, Paige, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you think that was a good reset, honey, where's the off switch? Because we tired of resetting at this point. And last,
he came over to tell her about the car. That's really what he came over for. To tell her about the car.
Mercedes-Benz.
He said his baby got a ride on the brand new BMW.
He came over and said that he had bought his pregnant ex, a Mercedes-Benz.
Tricking.
I think it was a Beamer, wasn't it?
He said a Benz.
Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, Mercedes-Benz.
Because she needed a ride to drive around their baby in, a chariot to drive their baby around in. And I think that he didn't even have to say what kind of car it was.
Yeah.
He didn't have to say it was new.
Just trying to show out.
Right. He didn't have to say it was new. But he did that because he was trying to be funny. And I think that if Paige continues to stay with the con man and just put up with this, then we need to personally get a white van and go snatch her up wherever she is today and put her in some serious therapy because she needs help.
Wow. Ooh. Well.
Any other comments, Ma?
Well, I don't have any other comments. I won't be here next week, though.
She won't be here next week, but I can best believe I'm going to tell you guys what she said about the episode. But listen, that is my review. I cannot wait to see y'all's comments. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. It's a little different from my normal channel because my dad kept interrupting. He was my inner voice this week, but he needs practice, okay? Thanks, Mom, for being on the show.
I need practice like Paige needs to get her a man.
Exactly, okay? A new man. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. See you next week.